How's your game? Talk to me about your game.
Pretty inconsistent.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe once every 3 weeks. Yeah, hacking away.
Okay. What do you normally shoot?
I would say probably 110, 115.
So you have about a 5-shot window.
I would say probably 10-shot window, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Short game really kills me a lot.
Okay.
Iron play is very weak.
Okay.
Driver's okay when it doesn't slice.
Okay.
Driver I've kind of got a good handle on, but I'm sure I'm not. I find to be consistent, and what I believe is I'm taking half of the backswing.
Okay.
Because I find once I rotate too much,
Yeah.
I come in too steep and I miss the ball, I top the ball.
Okay.
So what I find is I'm just doing and I find if I take a full swing, I'm just doing it very slow.
Okay.
If I do a half swing, when I'm coming in, it's more like a quicker, you know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Have you taken lessons before? No? Okay. Let me see how you do it. Let's hit some. A lot of good stuff going on. So I love your setup. I like how, things are angled the right way. I don't want to get into it too much, but you've got a really solid amount of knee bend because the knees kind of meet up with the shoulders in a straight line. It's really good. You've got your lower back pretty straight. Then we got the rounding up here. Your head's pointed down at the ball. Really, really good. It would suck if I have to go through that stuff today. Right? So as you start making your backswing here, you've got your arms going around your body up, like that club is way behind you compared to where your body's turned. So if we think about this right here, like right now your chest is right in front of the golf club. Okay, so the club is in front of your chest. And as you take it back, the club starts orbiting around your chest and it gets behind you. And when it gets behind you, the club face gets wide open. We'll talk about that later on, but that's the result of things. So then once you get to the top, your hands are too close to you up here because we haven't initiated the backswing with the inside being your torso. We initiated with the arms. So as this goes back, we can see that both arms are bending, and the club is really being rotated around the side of you.
Mm-hmm.
So then once we get to here, we're so willing. You've got a good move with your body to get this down, but by the time it gets down and then comes back up, we get more bend, and you finish with the club really close to you again. So, the big thing with this is that I want to try and feel as though today that we can keep the arm bends out of your swing, because the role of the arms is to push the grip away from my middle. The role of the arms isn't to make the club work around my body or come close and then go long and then come close like a yo-yo. We want to try and feel that the arms are responsible for pushing the club away from our body the whole time. And we can only really do that when it's your body that's initiating the motion. So I like to think of the body, which works as a horizontal rotational piece, right? Like a merry-go-round. Sure. Horses don't actually run. Right? It's the middle of it that turn the horses around in a circle. Same thing with the club heads, your horses. Right? We want to try and feel like you're turning this way and turning up. So you can see that I'm holding onto the golf club here. It's staying in front of my chest for longer. When I take it into the backswing, it goes up, but it doesn't go around. That makes me bend. And then around that way means that I'm using my arms for power, and I'm not getting my body to get the power.
So when the backswing is off, the club should be more up, is what you're saying.
It's got to be, the arms will work their way from being down to being up to being down again. So that's the role of the arms in the swing, just this, right? But if you're doing this, we have too much stuff working on the horizontal, right? So this is our vertical part. It's our horizontal part being our turn, and when you put them together, it creates the swing plane, right? This angled line of the swing plane. Okay, so the way that I want to tackle this with you today is to feel as though, first of all, in the backswing, that we change your backswing just a little bit in terms of the sequence of things, and then I want to give you an idea of where I want you to feel like you end up at the finish, and we're going to see what happens in the middle of the day. Okay. So, first thing we're all going to also do today See how Wes takes divots with a stripe? You see some of the stripes over there? We want to try and take stripes today. So when you take a divot like this, let's put the last ball right behind it. Save some turf. Okay, so in the backswing, instead of having the arms rotate around us like this, which therefore makes you lift it up kind of like fixing it style, like Band-Aid style, I want it to feel as though that when you take the club away, that you're basically taking the whole back of you from like the bottom of your shorts or pocket here all the way to the top of your back, and that has to rotate to the target. See how I haven't done anything to the golf club here, right? It's just moving because my middle is moving. The difference would be that versus that. So I want to have a full turn from like here, full turn in the backswing before I start lifting my arms, okay? Because otherwise we get bends. I don't want those. So we're gonna go full turn this way, then the club can come up, okay? And then in your follow through, this is gonna be the fun part, is that if we look at here's like a line, all right? And that line's on the outside of my foot. I wanna try and make sure that I get my body up against that line before the club comes through. All right, but we noticed in your video, which I didn't point out, but I did notice it, that when the club comes through this way, you're still facing down there, and you've got like bends in your knees, bends in your waist, your chest is still down, right? So here'd be your finish, right? And then when the speed of the club goes, then it pulls you into kind of like a finish. But if you watch how I do this, see how I'm facing my target? It's almost as though that my body is what's pulling this club from here all the way through. And so more out in front of me. So it's almost like it gets extended or wider through the shot. So the two pieces we're going to work on to blend it all together here is either we think of the front of you or the back of you. Either way, one of those has to turn, right? It's got to be either facing the camera with this or facing the target with your back. That's how we take the club away. And then from here, I'm going to see what you do taking it up. Most of the time it ends up being just fine. We don't have to talk about how you're doing it, just take it up. And then from there, lead with your body turn, not with your club and arms. That's a hard thing to do because like you see everybody holding the club with their hands and everybody has this look that they're doing that, right? But that's kind of not the way we want to do it. And if I could almost give you a mental picture for this, like if I took the club and I jammed it into your chest right here, okay, and you had no arms and hands, how would you play golf? You'd have to turn back the most and turn through the most to make this thing move. And that's, like, even when I was a kid growing up, like, that was my concept for the swing. That's how I started to develop it. And it was either that my body had to move to swing the club like this. My arms were only responsible for keeping the club away from me. Because the farther the club is away from me, the faster it can go. But if it gets close to me, that gets shorter and slower. So, full turn, lift, full turn, and I want you to feel like the club is farther from you at the finish with that. If your arms outrace your body, and what I mean by outrace, like if I had a sweater with a zipper on down the middle of me, that's like my midline, my club doesn't pass my midline, and it only catches up to my midline there in the finish. But if in your swing, we've got the club passing your midline like that. And so if the emphasis or the concept is to swing the club past our body like that, then your body has to freeze and stabilize to let you swing it. And that's why we kind of have a pivot that's not as active, that's not continuously, and it's not powerful. So think of the zipper here. The zipper has to turn first, full zipper turn, then it lifts, and now I want a full zipper turn and the club only catches up to my zipper over here. Yep.
Like after the lift?
Yeah, so if whatever the motion is to get the club here, let's call it backswing, the arms stay in backswing as the zipper turns. And it only comes out of a backswing spot or feel like here, once my body's turned. So I like the idea of the zipper relative to the club. So zipper and club work together, club works up, zipper leads the way for the rest of it. Okay? Let me see how you do that. Totally a lot, but we're going to get to a point where it's going to be like, we're going to talk about the backswing turn, follow through turn, mostly about the zipper. Okay, cool. One more time for me. Yeah, back down. Okay, so full turn to here. Take it back. Yes, see how fast that moved? The only way that can move fast if you did it with your arms. So do it again. Only turn this toward the target. Yeah, but let the club move. Let it move. Just don't move it, if that makes sense. Yeah, good. See how soft that was? I didn't even feel that. Okay, so hold it there. Look at the ball. More turn. Good. That's where I want it to feel today. And then from here, hold it there. Take it up to the top. Lift it up high. Yep, high, up. We want to have the hand get almost above your hat today. But that's going to be a result of you turning better. We don't have to make that a priority. It's going to happen. Okay, so start again.
I feel like also I'm trying to keep his leg on the ground. I shouldn't do that.
Well, your foot can stay there. I just don't want you standing on it.
Yeah.
Right? We don't want weight and pressure there. But if your foot comes up because we've turned a lot, cool.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. Good, lift up. Okay, awesome. Now, go all the way to the finish for me. Don't not fast, just turn all the way to the finish. Good? Yes, and so there, because you turned first, this is now farther out in front of you. So my finish idea, my checklist for the finish, is that both pockets face the target. And if I can get both of my pockets facing the target, it takes everything above those pockets with it. Right? But I can get my chest over here without my pocket there. I can't get my pocket there without my chest following. Right? It's a function of the fact that we do something with the bottom, it turns the upstairs.
Gotcha.
Okay, so full turn lift up. Yeah, and now full turn on the way through. Good. That's awesome. Again, another practice swing. Okay, come take a look. Turn lift. Good. And that should feel slow, like, you know, powerful and slow. Good. Very good. Okay, hit one. That was well done. No, it just a little broken up in the sequence. Like it had like too many kind of jitters to it. Just try and find a flow to it when you hit it. Turn left, finish. Good job. So once you get comfortable with, you know, enough backswings, right, getting comfortable with where that's going, because that's your number one priority. If this goes back your normal way, you'll never get into the finish. So get comfortable with the backswings, hit the shot focusing on the finish, and after you get kind of used to it and we start to develop a trend or a pattern, I'll start telling you which pieces you need to do more to get your ball flight better. So we'll start to have like a bit of a toolbox, like if that happened, more of this. If that happened, more of this. And by the end of the day, you might have two or three tools in your toolbox, and that's it, right? So you're not playing golf going like, oh, what am I supposed to be doing here?
Yeah, that's fair. Thank you.
You do it in the turn in the backswing. Do it early. So shoulder down to the ball. There you go. Good job. Well done. Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like I was looking over a mountain, you know?
Yeah, or the shoulder turns so flat and high that it bumps you out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so show me the backswing pieces. We got the thigh rotation thing. And hold it here. Good. No, you're good. You're good. I was waiting. Okay, look at the ball. Okay, now take it up. Good. So I want you to feel at the top of your swing that this gets the highest. Because if it gets too close to here, then we've bent to make that happen. So this is what we call width in the swing. We want the biggest distance from there to there.
It hurts.
Where does it hurt?
It feels like it hurts here, you know? I can stretch more.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
This is like unnatural, you know?
Everything about golf isn't natural.
Okay. Is that good? Or?
Love it, yeah. Okay, so take it back there a little bit smoother. There you go, good job. Yeah, a little tilt down. Good, you're getting it. Okay, let's hit one. I like that move.
What do you want to do? You want me to hit the
Yeah,
ball?
go ahead and hit it. Yep. Okay, a little behind it. Keep going. Okay, so I'm going to put this here, and this is like a governor beside your head to make sure that your head doesn't go back too much. Okay, so take it up to the top, but don't let this club, don't bring your ear to this club. Take it all the way back and up. That's better. So the one thing that I'm seeing that's happening still a little bit is that the arms are almost a little bit too like wiggly or loose. So it's going back and the arms get close and then your arms try to straighten so that they end up bending on the other side too. So I want it to feel as though that once you get this club back here and that it's nice and wide and away from you, that you turn to keep this club wide on the other side. So your follow through is going to be a little bit shorter. Shorter as in it's closer to the ground and not going all the way up. So we've got turn and lift, right? And feel as though that you can turn and keep the club head away from you. And I think that if we did this at a bit of a slower pace, turn, lift, turn and push almost away, you'll notice I'm almost pointing the golf club at where the ball is flying in the sky. Turn, lift, point, right? But if we have the arms out racing our midline a little bit, then you're going to actually stop your body. It's not going to get through. So anything we can do from here to feel like it's, right, the club follows my turn. Like I'm really not doing anything to that grip, right? I can't when I hold two fingers on it. So turn and through, okay? The culprit is going to be a grip squeeze, right? I'm not doing anything to my wrist. I'm just squeezing the grip. And when I squeeze the grip, it creates a torque. And that torque is what makes that club head move aggressively like that. So if I can keep my grip fairly loose through this shot, it's a lot easier to point the club at the target. So we're going to have some fun here for a sec because I want to kind of give you a feeling of what we're really up to. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come with me. Getting evidence. So we are going to throw these things, and in order to throw the golf club down our target line, we have to kind of let go of our arm speed sooner than we think. And the reason we're going over here to throw clubs is because most people don't actually throw them down the target line. They throw them above their head and it goes sometimes behind them. Okay, so I want to feel like we're going to make a swing and you let go of it and toss it. Okay, 2 hands, full golf swing, throw them. See, it went left. Okay, let go of it sooner, it'll go straighter. Full speed, full throw. Even more left. So you held on to it for too long. Follow me? Okay. Hey, okay, good. And now make it more like you're going to go down to hit the ball and then let it go down there. Don't turn it into baseball. Not bad. Whew, glad that missed. Good. So feel as though that when you speed the arms up down into the ground, that's what's putting the power into the ball. But then turn your body forward and it moves the arms into the finish. It moves the arms. So give me a practice swing, no ball. And I want you to feel like your arms don't get to my club. Okay, one more time. So faster with the arms through here, but don't get it to my club. Good. Hey, not bad. Keep turning. Oh, not too bad again. So soften up on the squeeze so that your wrists can stay floppy. Floppy wrists are everything in the game. Good. And so when the wrist can stay floppy, when the arm stops, the club can release or keep going. Right? So the speed in the swing isn't just a whole bunch of gas pedals. Right? We need to hit the brake at some point to transfer speed. Like, I'm going to find a different analogy because I say this every day, but like if I'm sitting on the hood of your car going down the highway, I feel 100 kilometers an hour. You slam on the brake, I go 200. Right? So there's something can hit the brakes in order to make something else go faster. So if I hit the brakes to my arms down here, it makes the club head speed up. Right? I'm not doing this to my wrist. I'm not Popeye. I can't possibly do that. But if I'm floppy and this comes down and I stop my arm, so therefore the club can keep going, it gets the speed. That's me flying off the car. Keep going. Yep, you're on the right track. So give me the backswing part. Take it up to the top. Okay. So the arm speed is really only until here. So you want to feel like you're bringing the arms down hard until here. But then as you turn, that's what makes it keep going.
To drop like this?
Hard. Yeah, hard. Let me show you.
Like this? And then,
Yeah.
but still keep it away from
Yeah. So watch me. That's the proper arm speed. That's the proper thing we're supposed to do with the arms. But when I do that same thing and turn to the target, it ends up hitting the ground over there, right? So here's proper arm speed with no turn. Here's a little turn. Here's a little more turn. Here's a little more turn. Here's a little more turn. Okay, so the turn is what puts the club into the ground, but into the right spot. But it's my arms being powerful to throw this club down that gives me my speed. So down with the turn, and it goes. See how low that finished? So you had a little bit of down, but you still tried to push your arms to the target. I don't want you to feel like you're using your arms to go that way. Hey, great shot. Way to go. Another great one.
%.
Wow, it's not charging much, huh?
It's because I had it on.
Smoother on the way back. If you have too much speed on the backswing, we don't have it for the downswing.